Welcome to the Great Indoors. I'm Tracy Briggs. Actually outdoors today. We're celebrating apple season. It's time to look at our beautiful apple trees and pick those apples and make something special. I usually do apple pies or apple crisps, but my friend Trevor Peterson, who's shooting this episode right now, told me about a really yummy, scrumptious apple muffin recipe. So we're going to try that today. But first, we need some apples. Here we go with our apple streusel muffins. I went ahead and chopped up all those apples that I picked out from my tree. Now we need to put 4 cups of flour into a bowl, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt. Now it's time to mix the butter, sugar, eggs, and vanilla, my favorite part. 2 cups of sugar and the butter. This is why this recipe is probably so good. Look how much butter it takes. 4 eggs. So it's a very eggy muffins. Whip it up till it's smooth. The recipe calls for 2½ teaspoons of vanilla, and then mix that up again. Now it's time to mix in our apples and just fold them in and use, as many as you like. Sometimes when you cook, when it calls for large, medium, small bowls, this was gonna be my large bowl, but I have learned now, as I'm starting to make this bowl was not big enough. So don't do this at home. Start with a larger bowl than I started with. Now you're gonna mix in the flour just ever so gradually so it doesn't get too dry. Nice fragrant batter. I can already tell this is gonna be good. And this batch, by the way, is gonna make 24 muffins. Certainly you can have it as well. And I'm using a cookie scoop, but it's gonna take more than 1 scoop for each of these. Without a doubt, when you're making apple streusel muffins, the absolute best part has to be the streusel. 2/3 cup packed brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of flour. Yes, more butter. So that makes two sticks and 2 tablespoons. And you're just gonna kind of chop this up. So you don't want this butter to be super soft. I just got this out of the refrigerator a couple minutes ago. Now you're just gonna wanna mix this all up and just have it so it's kind of coarse crumbs. I mean, you know what streusel looks like. And I think you're just gonna wanna just ever so slightly douse it on, trying to make sure that each piece has a little chunk of butter for sure. The streusel is on top of the muffins. I think I distributed it pretty evenly. I'm gonna stick it in a 375-degree oven for about 20 minutes or until a toothpick in the center comes out nice and clean. And while it's in the oven, guess what I have to do? The dishes. This is nasty. There's a lot of dishes to do. All right, the dishes are done. It didn't take me that long. Muffins took about 20 minutes and they are beautiful, and you should just smell my kitchen right now. It's great. So these are apple streusel muffins. I can't wait to try them. Thanks for joining us in the Great Indoors. I'm Tracy Briggs.